Hello all, let's start part 2 of 3.1, actually part 2 of my video. Still we are in section 3.1. It means still we are discussing how to graph quadratic functions. This time we are discussing if a quadratic function is given in the form of f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, how to graph these quadratic functions given in this form. Correct? The only thing that I know from this form is this number a. If a is greater than 0, opens upward. If a is less than 0, opens downward. The only information that you can see in this form is this. You cannot see the vertex. You don't know where is the vertex. And the important information is the vertex. You have to find the vertex, the turning point, where your function is turning. Now, there is a small proof in your book to find the vertex formula. I don't want to do the proof here for you, but if you wish to do it, it's really easy. Do a completing a square on the left side of this function. And at the end, you can find the vertex formula. Why I'm not doing the proof here for you? Because I don't want to make you confused. Okay? If a function is given in this form for you, to find the vertex, I'll give you just the formula here. To find the vertex, you can use negative b over 2a for your h and f of negative b over 2a for your k. Let me put h and k here. This is your h, this is your k. Everyone knows ABC and your function, correct? How much is A, how much is B, how much is C. If you do this, easily you can find the vertex. Or in other language, your H is always equals negative B over 2A. And your K equals F of negative B over 2A. That's what we call the vertex formula. Correct? The rest, finding x-intercept, finding y-intercept, graphing is the same, like the vertex form or standard form. The only difference is here, by this method, you can find the vertex. Let's do an example. I'll explain it in an example for you, correct? Example number 1. F of x equals, of course, they are asking you to graph. F of x equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 1. They are asking you here to graph. Correct? First thing to do is I want to find my h or my vertex. H equals negative b over 2a. Let's make a list. How much is a? My a is equal negative 1. How much is b? b is negative 2 here. How much is c? Your c is 1. Your a is actually here negative 1. You see? Now plug in those numbers here. Then you can write h equals negative b means negative 2. Be careful with the sign. Over 2a, it means 2 times negative 1. Simplify. Negative times negative gives you positive 2 over 2 times negative 1 gives you negative 2. and 2 over negative 2 gives you negative 1. It means your h is negative 1. Now, if I want to put a vertex here, my h is negative 1. Now, how much is k? I have to calculate. The formula for k is k equals f of negative b over 2a. Or in school, your teachers told you that, hey, plug in this number in the function and that's your k. Correct. We call that number f of negative b over 2a. f of negative b over 2a means f of negative 1, because you already found negative b over 2a. Negative b over 2a was minus 1, correct? And if you plug negative 1 in your function, it will be negative 1 squared minus 2 times negative 1 plus 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. Because you have a negative outside, it gives you negative 1. Negative 2 times negative 1 gives you positive 2. Plus what? Another 1. Positive 1, negative 1 cancels out. It means your k is equal what? 2. Then your vertex is at negative 1 and what? 2. Now, step 2, x-intercept. Same thing that you did with the standard form. Write down your function. Your function was f of x equals negative x squared minus 2x, I think, plus 1, right? Now to find the x-intercept, set f of x equals 0, right? That's the condition. It means negative x squared minus 2x plus 1 equal what? 0. To make it easy, multiply everything by negative 1. Correct? It gives you x squared plus 2x minus 1 equal what? 0. Can we factor this? If we can factor, we will factor. If we cannot factor, then use the quadratic formula. Correct? Of course, there are not such numbers that you can factor here, right? Then use the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. The quadratic formula, right? Which is equal negative b. How much is your b? You can go this way or you can go that way. It doesn't matter which b you use here, this one or this one. It doesn't matter, because here you multiplied with negative 1 and there you didn't multiply with negative 1. It doesn't matter, correct? Which one you use, the original or this one, correct? Then if you use the original, it will be negative 2 plus minus a square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times a negative 1 times c positive 1, correct? Over 2 times negative 1. Simplify, double negative becomes positive. 2 plus minus square root of negative 2 squared gives you 4. Negative times negative gives you positive. 4 times 1 gives you 4. Over what? Negative 2. Which is equal 2 plus minus square root of 8 over what? Negative 2. In your book, they simplified. If you use a calculator, you end up with two answers. The first one is negative 2.4, if you simplify here, and the other one gives you almost or approximately 0.4. These are your x-intercepts. They are not exact because we use approximation here, correct? It means the graph is just passing from these 2 points. Same way, step 3, I want to find my, oh, now what are the x-intercepts? Let's write our x-intercepts first. My x-intercept is negative 2.4 and 0, and the other one 0.4 and 0. Correct? Now, y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, your function again, f of x equals negative x squared minus, I think it was negative 2x, right? Yeah, minus 2x plus 1. Here I will look for the f of what? F of 0. It means here negative 0 square minus 2 times 0 plus 1. This part becomes 0, this part becomes 0. It means f of 0 equal what? 1. It means your y-intercept is at 0 and what? 1. Now the next step is graphing. Correct? And we will graph. Let's graph it. X and Y. Correct? First thing first, step 1, vertex. The vertex was at negative 1 and 2. Negative, for example, if it's 1, this will be 2. Correct? Negative 1 and 2 here. That's your vertex. Correct? You can even draw here the axis of symmetry. Now, x-intercepts, one of them was 0.4 and 0. 0.4 is less than half. If this is 1, 0.4 will be somewhere here, right? 0.4 and 0. It means somewhere here. Or let me make it red. This point, less than half. And also negative 2.4. If this is negative 1, this is negative 2, this is negative 3. Negative 2.4 will be somewhere here. And if you connect, oh, y-intercept, 0, 1. Here, 0 and 1 y-intercept. If you connect all these points, a nice curve. This is the graph of your function. That's it. This is how you graph functions when they are given in the form of f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Let me do one more example for you also. Don't complain, he always does one example, correct? I'll do one more. Example number 2. F of x equals x squared plus 7x plus 10. First thing, vertex. My formula for vertex is negative b over 2a and f of negative b over what? 2a. It means h equals negative b over 2a, which is equal negative b. How much is b? 7. Negative 7 over 2a, 2 times 1. Negative 7 over 2 is my h. Correct? Now, k equals f of negative b over what? 2a. It means f of negative 7 over 2. It means plug in negative 7 over 2 in your function. It means negative 7 over 2 square plus 7 times negative 7 over 2 plus 10. Here it gives you 49 over 4. Here positive times negative gives you negative. 7 times 7 gives you 49 over what? 2 plus 10. Dealing with fractions. Now, I'm simplifying these lectures for you. You need a common denominator. Next step, right? Here, then times 2, times 2. Here, times 4, and denominator 4. Then it gives you 49 over 4 minus 2 times 49. 98, right? Over 4 plus 4 times 10 gives you 40 over 4. Now 40 plus 49 gives you 89 over 4 minus 98 over 4, which gives you 98 minus 89. 18 minus 9 gives you 9, and negative 9, because this one is bigger, over what? 4. That's your k. It means your k is equal negative 9 over what? 4. Then the vertex is at negative 7 over 2, comma, negative 9 over what? 4. Now x-intercept. I think function was like this. F of x equals x squared plus 7x plus 10. Set it equal to 0. It means x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 0. I can factor it immediately. This one is easy. X and x, positive 5 and positive 2 equals 0. Correct? X plus 5 equals 0. It means x equals negative 5. X plus 2 equals 0. It means x equals negative 2. Then the x-intercepts are negative 2, comma 0 and negative 5, comma 0. These are your x-intercepts. Same way, y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, again, your function is f of x equals x squared plus 7x plus 10. Look for the f of 0. It means 0 squared plus 7 times 0 plus 10. These two cancels out. F of 0 equals 10. It means your y-intercept is at 0, comma what? 10. Now you have all 4 points. Easily you can graph your function. Correct? Let's talk about maximum and minimum value. At the beginning of the lecture, I discussed it a little bit for you, but let's discuss more. Maximum and minimum maximum and minimum of quadratic functions. Of quadratic functions. I'll put QF here. If you remember, at the beginning of the lecture, I told you that if a is greater than 0, the function is opening upward. It means your vertex is the lowest point in your function, correct? This is vertex, and I called it for you minimum, correct? The minimum point of your function. And also, if a is less than 0, the graph opens downward, correct? And this point, the vertex, is the highest point in your function, and we call that what? The maximum point. Now, when you talk about vertex, it's always h and k, correct? And your h represents the value of x, and k represents the value of y, or f of negative b over 2a, if I talk that way. Even let's don't say x. My h was negative b over 2a, right? In my formula. And k was your k is f of negative b over 2a. Now, if a is greater than 0, if your a is greater than 0, it means when your parabola opening upward, your function f has a minimum point, correct? And where the minimum point occurs, or you can see, it will be at x equals negative b over 2a. This is the location of your minimum point. Please remember, this is the location, not the value, correct? Where you can see the minimum point at x equal negative b over 2a. How much is the value of your minimum? That will be f of negative b over what? 2a. Same thing, if a is less than 0, f has a max, where you can see the maximum point at x equal negative b over 2a, and its value of the max will be f of negative b over what? 2a. Let's do an example. Find where is the maximum, if the function has maximum or minimum, and how much is its value, and where is the location, correct? Example number 1. F of x equals negative 3x squared plus 6x minus 13. And this function, they're asking you few things. First, A, determine without graphing, whether the function has a minimum value or a maximum value. Don't graph it. Just look at the function and take a decision if your function has a max or a minimum point. To do that, you always focus on what? On A. And your A is equal negative 3. Negative 3 is definitely less than 0, right? If it's less than 0, it means the graph opens downward. In this case, you have a maximum point. This is how you answer. A is negative 3 and negative 3 is less than 0. That's why the function opens downward and we have a maximum point. B, find the minimum or maximum value and determine where it occurs. Correct? Okay, we already identified we have a maximum point. Now, where is that maximum point? Part B, where is that maximum point? We have formula, I give you a formula, x equals negative b over 2a, tells you where is your maximum point. It means it's equal, plug in the numbers. Negative b is 6 over 2a, it means 2 times negative 3, which gives you negative 6 over negative 6. It means what? Positive 1. It means your vertex or your maximum point occurs at x equal what? X equal 1. Correct? This is how you use the maximum and minimum value, or how you identify. Correct? The last part of your lecture, let's talk a little bit about applications or of quadratic functions. Correct? I know no one likes the sport, but they're really easy. Application of quadratic functions. Quadratic functions. Usually, we use the quadratic functions to find the maximum or minimum value of a quantity or to calculate. Correct? There is no explanation here that I can explain it to you how to do the word problems. But there are few rules or a strategy that's on page 356, and I will note it here for you. Just follow those strategy. Of course, step one is read, 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 read. Correct? Step one, if they give you an application, read it and read it and read it. Try to understand what they are asking. Step two, use the conditions that's given in the problem to can write a quadratic function. And step three, rewrite your function. It gives you two equations. Out of the equations, make a quadratic function. Step 4, if they are asking you to find the max or min value, just look for the negative b over 2a and f of negative b over 2a, and that will be the answer of your problem. Correct? Let's do the two examples that they are in your book. Example number 1. I cannot write all the example here. It's on page 357. I will read the example. Among all pairs of numbers whose difference is 10, find a pair whose product is as small as possible. What is the minimum product? Among all the pairs of the numbers that you multiply, correct? There is a pair that the product is 10, correct? Look, when you are talking about pair of a number, it means you have two numbers. One of them is x and one of them is what? Y. Correct? We are talking about product of these two numbers. If I show the product p, then p equals x times y. Correct? The other part of the problem is saying to you, among all pairs of the numbers whose difference is 10. The difference between these two numbers is 10. The difference between number x and y is 10. It means x, I can write x minus y is equal what? 10. That's all information that I need. I made two equations. Now, out of these two equations, I have to write a quadratic function. You may tell me how. Look, your quadratic function is always in the form of f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. It means you are dealing with one variable, not with two, only with x. But here you have, in this equation, you have x and y. In this equation, you have x and y. How I can change, for example, the equation that I have p equals x times y, how I can change this equation as a one variable? Here, this equation number 2 helps you to, to write y in terms of x, correct? Look, you have x minus y equal 10. If you solve it for x or for y, you can write negative y equals 10 minus x, and you can write y equals x minus what? 10. Correct? Now, if I take the value of y and plug it here in this equation, which is p equals x times y, if I bring this value here in y, I will end up with p equals x times x minus 10. If you distribute, you will end up with p equals x squared minus 10x. Because on this side you have x, even you can name this equation p of x equals x squared minus 10x. Now quadratic function, look for the maximum. Here you have to look for the minimum value of this function. Correct? What you do, you have to calculate negative b over 2a. Correct? Calculate first negative b over 2a. And here your a is greater than what? Than 0. Then this one equals negative b. It means negative 10 over 2 times 1. Your a is 1. Correct? Which gives you positive 10 over 2, which gives you what? 5. It means one of the numbers of 5. What is the second number? To find the second number, you have this. X minus y equals 10. If you plug in the value of x here, it gives you 5 minus y equals 10. It means negative y equals, bring 5 on this side, 10 minus 5. Correct? It means negative y equals 5. It means y equals negative 5. These are the numbers, 5 and negative 5. These are the two numbers that you are looking after. Correct? And the minimum product of 5 times negative 5 gives you what? Negative 25. Correct? This is how you deal with the word problems. Let's do another one, then I'll stop the lecture. For example, you have 100 yard of fence at home, right? You want to do some fencing, correct? And you have 100 yard of fence at home, extra somewhere in the store. And you have a backyard, and rectangular, your backyard is a rectangular shape, correct? You want to use this 100 yard of fence to do fencing around your backyard, and you want to have the shape as a rectangular shape. Which rectangular shape gives you the maximum area, or in a simple language, how much should be the width of your rectangle and how much will be the length of your rectangle that gives you the maximum area out of 100 yard of fence that you have. Correct? Now I'm looking for the area, maximum area, correct? The area formula for a rectangle is A equals, if I name this one y, x times what? X times y. Same time, if I write the parameter formula for this rectangle, parameter equals, if this is y, this is also y. And if this is x, this is also x. Then you can write the parameter formula as a 2x plus 2y, correct? You want to do fencing all around, correct? Now, and how much fence you have? 100 yards. Then you can write 100 equals 2x plus what? 2y. As previous problem, you have to solve your equation number 2. If I name this one number 2, if I name this one number 1, solve equation number 2 for y and plug in the value of y in equation number 1. You can get a function of area. Let's do it. To solve this equation for y, I can write 2y equals 100 minus 2x. Divide everything by 2. Then y equals 50 minus x. That's the value of your y. Now plug in this value where in this formula? A equals x times y. Bring this one in y. Correct? Then you can write even a of x equals x times 50 minus x, which gives you a of x equals 50x minus, if you distribute the x, right? Minus x squared. Or if you write in a nice way, a of x equals negative x squared plus 50x. Here you see your a. How much is the, look, the coefficient of x squared? The coefficient of x squared, a is equal negative 1, and this one is less than 0. It means you have a maximum point. Correct? Then what you do? Calculate the value of x. Your x equals negative b over 2a, which means how much is your b? 50. Negative 50 over 2 times negative 1, which gives you negative 50 over negative 2, which gives you positive 25. Correct? The value of x is positive 25. Now, how much is y? I'll use this formula. Number 2, 100 equals 2x plus 2y, correct? I have 100 equal, or write it in a nice way. Let's write it in a good way. 2x plus 2y equals 100. Plug in the value of x here. You can find the value of y. It means 2 times 25 plus 2y equals 100. It means 50 plus 2y equals 100. 2y equals 100 minus 50. It means 2y equals 50, right? It means y equals what? 25. It means the length and the width of your rectangular shape that you want to choose should be the same, 25 yards and 25 yards. And you can use it, and it gives you the maximum area. That's showing in page 358. They just paste there the screen of a TI-84 calculator for you, and it gives you that if you have a square, that this side is 25 and this side is 25, this one actually gives you the maximum area, because 25 times 25 is what? 625? 625, correct? Then your area will be 625 square yard, correct? And that's the maximum value that you can get out of 100 yard, correct? I know applications are not easy. You have to think a little bit, but for quadratics, few things. You always need to make two equations. The first one, definitely they give you as a product of two something. The second one will be another equation that supports the first one. You can change the two variable to one variable, and that equation is your function, correct? These are the steps. I'll stop the lecture. If you have more question on these applications, please come online Tuesday, correct? Tuesday is my office hour. This Tuesday I didn't came online because we don't have much to discuss, and I just let you to just practice with your study guide for the test. But definitely this Tuesday, coming Tuesday, I'll be online. If you have more question, come online and ask me more question about applications of quadratic functions. I'll stop the lecture here and see you all in 3.2.